Hi everyone, my name is Kendra Stevengasol. I am a Tupperware consultant. That shouldn't have been that hard. It's been one of those days. That's why we're hopping on here a little late, 20 minutes later than usual. Didn't get the grocery order in time, so it is what it is. But here we are now, and I have some produce to put away. So I'll show you what I got for my produce, and I'll tell you all about the Fridgesmarts, why they work, because I used to not believe in the Fridgesmarts, but I totally believe in them now, or else I wouldn't have as many as I do. So let's start with the cucumbers. Now I'm sure if you've been following the last 3 or 4 weeks here, you'll know that I've got like a veggie station set up, and this, I'll have a celery stick right now. This celery is actually now 3 weeks old, and like, it's not rubber, it's firm. See that? That is a firm celery. It's looking like I might be on the last week, but like I said, it's 3 weeks old. So if you are unsure about Fridgesmarts, that right there should say everything. But I understand the skepticism, because I was a skeptic too when it came to Fridgesmarts. So I definitely understand where hesitations come from. But if you're local to me in Canada, I can lend you one, so that way you can try it out for yourself and do a veggie test and see the wonders of Fridgesmarts. And I'll tell you more about it once I have a smaller container, because I like to show the features, and this big container here is definitely not going to be friendly to do to talk about the Fridgesmarts. So I still have cucumbers from last week. They are perfect still too, not flimsy, not shoving my finger through there. So I'm gonna make sure those get on top here, just so that way it's first in, first out. If you've ever worked in fast food or in a restaurant, you'll know the shorthand for that is FIFO. So we're gonna FIFO up in here, and then we will put this aside. So there we go, and it looks like I'm gonna have to get more produce next week or the week after, depending on how we're going. So there is my extra large with the brand new cucumbers. So I should probably mention why all those veggies are in the same container. And let's start by showing you this panel here. So as you saw, I had lettuce, celery, carrots, and cucumber, all in the same container. So they can go in the same container because they require the same vent setting. So because they require the vent setting, they can go together and not have a problem because they breathe the same. So what happens and how these work is Fridgesmarts give your produce the appropriate room to breathe. We're just going to remove that bad strawberry there, because if I didn't remove that, these would all go bad pretty quickly. Okay. Yeah, there's another one. It's too bad. See, sometimes it takes too long for them to be shipped, so they end up arriving bad, and then they're buried in there, so you can't really tell which ones are good, which ones are bad. So after the produce is picked, it's still breathing. So what that means is it needs the right environment to keep thriving and surviving. And so what Fridgesmarts do is they create the optimum flow based on your produce's breathing level. So in the case of strawberries here, they are a medium breather, I think, or nope, they require fully closed. So they're a shallow breather. They don't need an extra airflow. They need a sealed container. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that lid on, and as you can see here, This is fully open, this is half open, and right in the middle is fully closed. So that's what we're gonna do. And that means that the air in the fridge is not gonna get in there to create extra moisture. They don't require too much moisture, which is what happens when the vent is open in any way, shape, or form. It allows moisture in. So it's kind of like a little ecosystem. Condensation gathers on the lid here, and just grab an empty one in the feet. So that way the moisture is in the air of your Fridgesmart, but it's not, your produce is not sitting in it. So there we have our strawberries for the week. Now we need to do blueberries, which were on for a good price. I got 6 pints because of how crazy my kids are for blueberries, and excuse me, how well my Fridgesmarts are going to keep this lasting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you want to put your produce in dry and dirty, because when there's moisture on your produce after putting it in one of our Fridgesmarts here, you're going to end up with that moldy, rotting berry. So you need to make sure that your produce is as dry as possible, just so that way you're making the most out of your Fridgesmart, your blueberries, and your produce in general. Okay, so I will show you the back of the vent. So right now it is on the half open. It's not necessarily visible, but there is fully closed, so less air is going in, and fully open, so both sides are open and allowing airflow in. Now, blueberries are half open, so I have it there. Let's just double check. I have things memorized, but I always like to double check when I'm live. So there it is. You see on the panel here, it tells you half open for your blueberries. Now, if for some reason the blueberries weren't on this particular Fridgesmart and I wasn't live, I could take this QR code here, scan it, and then it would tell me exactly what setting to put it on, because it would take me to a website and then give me a document to download, so that way I could know for sure. Now on this side here, there is X's, and that means don't put in the fridge. So I do use my Fridgesmarts for bananas, but I don't put them in the fridge. I've never tried any of the others, but if you have, let us know if it works. So it's a great way to keep your produce fresh even on the counter. Tomatoes are another one I've tried, but I haven't really been successful because they end up rotting before I use them, even in a Fridgesmart. So definitely worth getting your Fridgesmarts to make sure your veggies last so much longer. Okay, next up, let's do our green peppers, or our peppers. So I got 2 packs of 4, because we seem to be eating a lot of peppers lately, and that's okay. I love peppers. And there we go. So I'm wondering if, okay, there we go. So I managed to get 7 in here, and I'm going to take a small dip for the last 2. There we go. So now I have plenty of peppers to cook with, because we don't usually eat them raw, we usually cook with them. So peppers are half open, and which is what this is set at. So that's the small, deep. And let's get our medium deep going here. and half open again. Okay, and last but certainly not least, we have broccoli, which is a favorite in many different ways in my house. So we will put it in a small deep. Just gonna try to make sure that the top of it doesn't touch the lid. So if you saw my meal prep Monday, you saw that I had 2-week-old broccoli that I was able to cook with, and it was still delicious. Now, broccoli is a heavy breather, so it requires a fully open vent. And that's it for our produce this week. So before I go, I will point out that the extra large here is basically 2 medium deeps, and 2 small deeps equals a medium deep. So it's great how modular they are and how well they fit in the fridge together. That is all for me for today, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.